Hi there, my name is Marina. If you have been wondering why I have disappeared from my channel Life's Intricacies, I started the channel towards the end of last year sometime, and I was thoroughly enjoying the channel on YouTube, but I had to stop because I had one of my bouts of trigeminal neuralgia, which this time has been quite horrendous in terms of pain and not being able to talk, to eat, blow my nose, brush teeth, the simple things in life that you take for granted, you know. It's been quite a journey. Yes, I was diagnosed with trigeminal neuralgia in March 2019, but somehow you keep thinking, well, maybe it was a misdiagnosis, maybe it's chronic sinusitis, maybe it's a tooth problem. So I was again having visits to the dentist. I went to the doctor, and most recently I went to an ear, nose and throat specialist who definitely confirmed my trigeminal neuralgia. Each time whomever I went to go and see, the dentist, couldn't find anything, took x-rays. The very first time I actually had a molar removed, and so yeah, a dentist prescribed, sorry if I'm pausing, it's because I have to just breathe through some pain because it gets difficult to talk. Sorry. Okay, just breathe. I have to breathe, I have to count, I have to focus on something else. So yes, I was, like I said, the dentist prescribed antibiotics and painkillers. He took x-rays, he couldn't find anything. I was adamant that he must just please remove, it was not a back molar. The first time I had a back molar removed, this time it's sort of like just behind my eye tooth, one of those, and I said to him, please just remove this tooth because it is incredibly painful. And he said to me, he said, Marina, I cannot remove that tooth if there's no reason to remove it, because he says, you might think you're going to get rid of this pain, but if the tooth is now gone and you're still sitting with this pain, what are you going to do? You're going to have another tooth missing. So I left it. He said to me that I must come back within 5 days if the pain is not gone, and he'll prescribe something stronger. I cancelled the appointment. I made a provisional appointment because I went to go see him the Tuesday, and I went back. I was supposed to go back the Friday. I cancelled the appointment because I just felt I don't want stronger medication. So I left it. I cancelled the appointment, and I still took the pain pills that he had prescribed. I finished the antibiotics, and of course nothing helped. And it was just getting worse and worse and worse. I eventually was at a point where if I was talking to my sisters or my son on the phone, I would have to say, you know, I can't talk anymore. I've got to end this phone call. It's getting too painful. Eating was a problem for me. I was eventually too scared to eat. It's when, as soon as the food touched my mouth or my palate, I would cringe in pain. It is the acid burn. There's an acid burn that runs from across my face here up into my left nostril. I've got it on the left side. A lot of people, you know, it varies. It's either on the left or the right, and some people even have it both sides. And for those that have it both sides, oh my gosh, my heart goes out to them, because this is the worst pain known to mankind. This trigeminal neuralgia, sorry, I'm now also starting had to perspire on my top lip. Um, it's been nicknamed the suicide disease, and I can fully understand why. You know, you're sitting here now, you're sitting on the other side of your computer or your phone or whatever, you're watching me, you've got no idea. You've got no idea what I'm talking about. You might have experienced pain. Unless you are a trigeminal neuralgia sufferer, you will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, what I then did is I went then to an ear, nose and throat specialist because the pain was just getting too unbearable. I didn't know what was going on. By this time it was going into the top left of my head, my scalp. I couldn't even wash my hair. Just the touch on the top of my head was incredibly painful. The one day it was quite ridiculous. There was a thunderstorm, so I went upstairs to quickly close the windows, and the curtain happened to blow onto my head. I nearly died. I thought, what is going on? What is this? I don't understand what is going on. Clothing, from there on, clothing, anything, my t-shirts, my pillow, a blanket touching my face, I would be in pain. The acid burn was a constant in my nose. Then after this thunderstorm, there were a couple of days we had windy days, so I couldn't even go outside. Wind blowing on the left side of my face was just, it was crazy. I kept on joking with my sister. I said to her, you know, these people that say, oh, I just love the wind on my face. And here's Marina dreading the wind on her face. We went to a shopping center the one day, my older sister and I, and we were walking around there. I was walking with my head down and I was going, ow, ow, ow. Passers-by must have thought I was freaking insane. And anyways, I then went to the ear, nose and throat specialist, and he prescribed Trigeminal. Now, when I first was diagnosed with trigeminal neuralgia, I was prescribed gabapentin. Now, gabapentin is it's basically, gabapentin is like an anticonvulsant for people with epilepsy. I had an allergic reaction to that gabapentin, and then I can't remember what he gave me then at that time. Then when I went to the doctor, he prescribed Lyrica. That's supposed to heal the nerves, but for 30 days that did nothing for me. And he prescribed tramadol, and a very strong painkiller. So I was basically walking around like a zombie. I was so zoned out. But the thing is, trigeminal neuralgia, there's no cure for it. All the doctors can do basically is numb the pain. And yes, there is a surgery. They drill into the back of the skull and then they kill off the trigeminal nerve. But a lot of people, yes, there were some that have had success with it. It's called MVD. The procedure, and a lot of people have had success. There are others that have had success for only a year, and then the trigeminal neuralgia came back again. And sadly, there have been complications from that surgery as well, and of course it comes at a price. I'm not prepared for that. I'm not prepared to go for the surgery, but also then this last Monday, I just decided I'm not prepared. I'm not one for taking pills. Even if I have a headache, I will stretch out for as long as I can before I actually take a pill. The only tablets that I do take are obviously my multivitamin, and if you are a friend of mine watching this, you will know that 2012 I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. So I was then, on tamoxifen. And so that's basically my chronic medication that I've been taking. And then getting back to now this Digranol, it actually made me feel worse uh, than what I was, and it wasn't working. I still had the incessant pain, the horrendous pain. And this last Monday, I just thought, get back at this. I'm not taking this if it's not working for me. Oh, sorry, I'm digressing. I have to just remember everything here now. When I had the issue with the sensitive touch on my scalp and the wind, a friend of mine here in the complex actually said I should drink a glass of cayenne pepper, and she suggested I start with maybe a quarter teaspoon cayenne pepper. I'm saying it wrong. I say cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper, I think, is the proper pronunciation. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's the pepper from chilies. And so she said start off with a quarter teaspoon. Depending on your tolerance levels, you can increase it to half a teaspoon or even a full teaspoon, depending on your tolerance levels to hot stuff. So I sort of pushed it a little bit more than a quarter teaspoon, and I drank that for 3 days, once a day only, not on an empty stomach. And blow me down with a feather, within 3 days, the sensitivity was gone. The arteries, they actually say cayenne pepper opens up the arteries. So I didn't have that sensitivity in my scalp again. It was absolute bliss being able to wash my hair and blow dry my hair, because I have to blow dry my hair, and I could do that again and walk. The wind's blowing, I'm fine. And I thought, wow, if only that would now work for the pain in my jaw, my top 4 maxillary teeth basically, and this acid burn into my nose. And then also the eating. Oh, and then also what was happening when I went to the ENT. I was at this point, it felt like someone was pouring hot oil onto my top lip. If anything touched my top lip, if drinking a fork, it's like I said, I couldn't even blow my nose at during this whole. I went through stages, but there were stages that I couldn't even blow my nose, touch my nose. Showering, when you get in the shower and you put your face up to the shower, to the water, I couldn't do that. I had to then cup my hands over my nose to get water onto my face. And so getting back now to this week, Monday, I decided this is it. I've had enough. Oh, and then also, sorry, you guys are going to have to go backwards and forwards through this video just to get the tips, but I will put them into the description box of what I was doing to help me I'm having, as you can see now, I'm talking 13 minutes now. Yes, I've had one or two bouts of pain where I've just had to stop, but I'm having a full conversation. I couldn't even talk for a minute. I had to stop. And I'm sorry. It's getting a bit hot here under the umbrella. I'm sitting here in my backyard. So I was just busy saying, I was also, I got myself vitamin B12. Another painful lesson learned, I was taking on Monday, I took the vitamin B12 together with my tamoxifen and the vitamins, and I was taking an extra vitamin C, 100% ascorbic acid vitamin C. And by lunchtime, I thought this is the end of me. It felt like my arteries in my head were shutting down. I got up and I was actually even battling to breathe, and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. This is the end of me. And I thought, what do I do? What do I do? I didn't know what was going on. I don't know if I was having a stroke or what was going on, but I grabbed for the cayenne pepper and a glass of water, and I drank that so quickly, and then I was just breathing, and I tell you what, within not even a minute, I could actually feel the difference that it was making. I mean, I'm actually even now giving like almost a sigh of relief. So that that is how I felt. And so what I started doing is I thought I'm going to start drinking these natural products. So on Monday morning, I always, for many years, I've had just a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice in a glass of water in the morning on an empty stomach. But on Monday morning, I haven't done this for many years. I started drinking bicarbonate of soda, half a teaspoon in a glass of water on an empty stomach first thing in the morning. Then I would have my breakfast. And after my episode, when I read the leaflet for the B12, vitamin B12, and they actually say there, don't take your vitamin B12 with magnesium or vitamin C or any anticonvulsant tablets. So thank goodness the Monday I'd stopped the Degranol. And there are some other medications. So if you are taking vitamin B12, just read the leaflet if you are on experiencing trigeminal neuralgia. So yeah, then I would take my vitamin B12 with my breakfast, and I would wait sort of almost 2 hours, and then I would have my multivitamin and my tamoxifen. Then again wait almost an hour, and then I would now alternate during the day. I would have just straight cayenne pepper in water. What I was doing at night is I was drinking warm turmeric milk. I would add a teaspoon of butter, margarine. If you don't have that, a teaspoon of coconut oil, and a teaspoon of honey, and black pepper. Whenever you're using turmeric to drink, you have to add black pepper. Now I've got the grinder, so I would grind the black pepper, I don't know, say 6 to 8 times. I would drink that at night because that makes you sleep like a baby. It's absolutely fantastic. So Monday morning I had a Miprodol, which is a paracetamol tablet for pain. And Monday night I took one also before bed. Tuesday morning I just took a Miprodol Tuesday night, so I didn't even take a painkiller on Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning what I did is I then had I had the lemon juice in the morning, and then again the vitamin B12 with my breakfast. Then after that I took my multivitamins, and a while after that I had a teaspoon of turmeric, the black pepper, and a quarter teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and a teaspoon of lemon juice in a glass of water. And then later in the day, I think it was after lunchtime, I just had cayenne pepper, and that night I had the turmeric milk again. And I cannot tell you the difference that I was feeling. The acid burn, where it was a constant, it was now basically, it would come and go, depending now if I was eating or drinking. It wasn't there, sitting there, just burning. And if you're watching this and you don't have trigeminal neuralgia, when I'm talking about acid burn in my nose, if you've ever had chlorine, if you've breathed in chlorine from putting chlorine into a pool, and you've breathed that in by mistake, and you got that intense acid burn in your nostrils, that's what I have basically. Well, I was having that permanently, and it was even so bad that as much as I wanted to cry from pain, I couldn't even cry, because the minute I started crying, as soon as the tears came, it would aggravate the acid burn. And yeah, it was just absolutely horrendous. And anyways, I think basically, I think you've got a good idea now of what I have been going through and the reason why I've had to sort of disappear from my Life's Intricacies channel. I'm hoping to start up again soon. I've also been doing a whole lot of stress management. My trigeminal neuralgia is definitely triggered by stress. Towards the end of last year, I was under horrendous stress. If you're living in South Africa, you know that we've got load shedding. For those that don't know, they shut off electricity for certain amounts of time during the day. It affects your business, it affects your life, it affects your routine. We've got water issues. Where I'm living, regarding the load shedding, I would not only have load shedding, they would then steal the cables, and sometimes for 3 days I wouldn't have electricity. And water issues. Sometimes we don't have water for 2-3 days. And then my cat Lucy, for those that know me on Facebook, you would know that she had ear cancer. So I had to deal with that as well. She's fine now. She had the ear surgery, and I was expecting them to remove the whole ear, both sides. Well, she had it worse on the one ear, but she's fine now. She's got these cute little new ears. Well, not new ears, they're still her ears. They didn't take them off completely, but they're sort of like rounded now, like a little, she looks like a little lion cub, rounded ears. So yeah, it's been quite a journey for me. For those that are suffering from trigeminal neuralgia, I will put everything that I did, and also I was talking about stress management. There are many guided meditations on YouTube that you can actually follow. There is a woman named Sukie Baxter. I will put her link. Her guided meditations definitely helped me. But yeah, as for the medication, my go-to for pain is definitely cayenne pepper or cayenne pepper. As soon as I feel any pain, I go for that immediately, and the results are phenomenal, really. Turmeric is, it's definitely wonderful for being an anti-inflammatory, and obviously also boosts the immune system. So, and then the baking, not the baking powder, what is it? The bicarbonate of soda. I think most of you might know it as baking soda. Anyways, half a teaspoon of that in a glass of water in the mornings. That balances the pH levels. So it's wonderful for stress also. And yeah, there's like I say, I'll try and fit everything into this video, but it's getting very long. I'll see if I can do some editing on it, just to maybe add some screenshots that you can maybe use for the recipes and that. Otherwise, if I can't come right with that, I'll put it in the description box of the video. And what else did I want to say? Please, if any of my tips that I give you do work, if you are a trigeminal neuralgia sufferer, please come back and put in the comments what worked for you, so that we can help others that are suffering from this horrendous disease. I think that's about it. Yeah, and then most of you will obviously know that this disease affects many people that are predominantly over 50. I was 52 when I was first diagnosed. I'm now 56. And more predominantly women. Men also get it, but like I said, predominantly women suffer from this disease. I'm feeling a lot better. Like I say, I'm now a firm believer that whatever I was doing with the turmeric and the cayenne pepper has definitely made a difference. Like I say, I'm sitting here still, I'm still talking. I'm still struggling with eating food. Oh, and then also when I was talking about getting that feeling of somebody pouring hot oil onto my top lip, um, that also the cayenne pepper, that definitely also helped. Because I was drinking out of a straw while I was having that sensation. I can now drink normally out of a cup or glass again. Um, yeah, but yeah, like I say, I'm still struggling. When I eat, I still get like it doesn't last very long. But I basically I breathe through the pain and then it sort of dissipates. The mornings when I wake up, that's also I've still got that horrible, most of you will probably also know that you have this horrible dry feeling in your mouth. So once I get up, then that seems to also now, disappear. So yeah, that has been my journey and my reason for disappearing basically from social media. And it's debilitating. It's a horrible thing. It's depressing. You actually just want to crawl into a hole and just disappear from the world. That's how bad it is. Obviously, everybody has different stages. Everybody experiences it differently. You need to decide. Like I said, I don't know if my tips are going to be helping you. If they do, I really hope they do, because it's I can understand why a lot of people commit suicide from this disease. Some people have it really, really bad. I'm hoping I can help someone out there. I wish you all a speedy recovery. Take care. Bye.